Good morning, children. Last class I concluded that lesson by saying that this class means at that time I said next class. Now I am saying this class we are going to discuss about one of the grammar point, that is defining and non-defining relative clauses. What is a clause first? We know sentence and we know word. First we will come from the word arguments. What is a word? A group of letters means alphabets which give full sense, it is called a word. Again I will repeat. A group of alphabet or letters which gives full sense is called a word. That is word. Sentence. A group of words which gives full sense, and in the sentence object, subject, means verb, so many parts are there. We can divide the sentence into mainly two parts. One is the subject and the one is the predicate. That is the sentence. Sentence is a group of words which gives full meaning. That is the definition for sentence. Praise is there one more. Praise is a group of words, but is not a sentence, it's not a clause. It's a combination of two or some of the sentences. Sorry, some of the words, not sentences. Some of the words. That is the praise. It won't give full meaning. Some of it didn't have even the verb some of the times. That is the praise. It have no verb. That is the praise. Again, already in the previous classes you learned what is the praise, non-praise is that. Some of the exercises you did about that other thing. Now we will come for the clause. Clause is a part of a sentence. When we give the definition for the clause, a group of words which give the full sense is called a clause, but this clause is a part of a sentence. It is not the full sentence. It's one of the part of one sentence. That's enough. So that is a clause, a group of words which give full sense and is a part of a sentence. Now, in your textbook one exercise is there, that is about defining relative clause and non-defining relative clause. Defining, non-defining. Defining means we know, definition means proving. Non-defining means we know, not proving. Simply defining relative clause, it identifies who and what we are talking. Means what the topic we are discussing or about whom we are discussing, what we are discussing, that it shows. Means it is defining. Not defining. It won't define the person. What it will give? It will give information about that. What we are talking about, that the information is given in this. So that's why I gave. It gives more information about who or what we are speaking. What we are speaking, that information it gives. There is no big difference between these both of them. Only simply one thing, that defining relative clause, it didn't divide the sentences into two. But not defining relative clause by using comma, we have to divide main part from the other part. One small example. Nick, who is a torso, is a successful man. Then Nick, if you keep the comma, then it will give into not defining relative clause. If you remove the comma, it will go into defining relative clause. That's a small difference. Here some of the examples he gave. The woman who taught him surfing had been bitten by a shark. Here no comma. If you open the textbook page number 11, one example he gave. The woman who taught him surfing had been bitten by a shark. No comma. So it is a defining relative clause. Next one is Nick, comma, who was peased and bullied, comma, had an electric wheelchair for mobility. We are dividing the sentences. Means we are giving the information about that Nick. So it is called non-defining relative clause. In your lesson, some more means you have to find out defining, non-defining relative clause. You means actually finding it may be difficult to you. Read the lesson and write by gathering some of the sentences from the lesson. You write your own defining, non-defining clauses. I said one example. Nick's father, who is a computer programmer. Next father, comma, who is a computer programmer. That's enough. Defining, non-defining. Like that, you have to write some of the sentences. And the same way, second bit also there. Here we give. This is one example I am giving. This is a peaceful place where I used to be, or used to study, or where I usually play, where my mother do the meditation, where my sister used to play. So like that, whichever we want, that we can write. Okay? Do the exercise. We will continue next lesson here. That is the 1C. Now itself we completed about the clauses, non-defining relative clause and defining relative clause. And now we are going to read last lesson of the first unit. That is, I will do it. This is a part of first unit, which is the personality development. Already I said, personality development, it has 3 lessons. In that first lesson is the attitude is altitude. The second lesson, it is now itself means previously we completed in the previous class, and now it is going to third lesson, that is I will do it. See, and that every success story is a story of great failures. It is a second lesson. In that we learned our attitude, whichever the attitude we have, that attitude only the gateway of our success. If I think myself that I can't, then the success won't come to us. If I think myself that I can, then the success will come to me. That we learned in the first lesson, we learned in the second lesson. Here this is the third lesson. The same point they are going to express to you. See, this was actually it is a biography. It is a biography. Autobiography means a person who will write himself. That is autobiography. One person's story, if another person, if he or she writes, then it is called biography. It is a biography. Biography of a person, and it was written by his wife itself. Her name Sudhamurthy. Sudhamurthy, actually she is a famous and one of the celebrity in the world, but she lives as a common woman. We read several times and we listen about her in the news several times, because she traveled as a common woman in the airport, and in the newspaper also it came, in the news channels also it came. She wrote this about her husband. Here one boy is there, is very sharp. A short boy is introvert. Introvert means a person who didn't mix with new people easily. He never mix up with new people easily. That is called introvert. He is an introvert, but a brightest student. Whenever his seniors comes to him and will ask any question about the physics and maths, then his eyes, they are in the brightness. Means he know everything about the maths and physics. He can solve that problems, and he can solve the theorems within fraction of seconds. That's the talent he had. Actually, his father is a school teacher, high school teacher. He is an avid reader of English literature, interested to read English literature. And as a father, as a teacher, his father also always he think about his students. Whoever the means the good students are there, his father as a teacher, he thought that all students they want to get seat in engineering. If any the brightest students are there in his class, then his intention that the brightest students should want to get the seat in IIT, Indian Institute of Technology. In that they want to get the seat. That was the intention of that father as a teacher. So here, this boy, as a bright boy and as a clever boy, his dream also one, that he want to get seat in IIT. As usual, all the people they applied for the entrance test. He also applied with his friends. But in those days, there are no special books for the IIT entrance. Only whichever the books are available with them, with that books, they use it to prepare. So he also prepared with that books itself, but he formed a group of friends as a team. And he is the teacher for his friends. He taught They went to outskirts of the Mysore, sleepy town of Mysore. There are the hills, outskirts, Chamundi Hills. In the Chamundi Hills, one Mando. Mando means one of the rock. It came some forward. Under the shade of that Mando, they used to sit and they used to prepare for the exam. Whenever his friends they asked any doubt, immediately he smiled and he cleared the doubt. And one more great thing, whenever he got the leisure time, at the time he used to sit under a tree and he used to dream, I want to become IITian. See, already in the previous lesson we taught, if we have the strong desire, then only we can get the success. So here is a strong desire which is that it makes him to dream like an IITian. So that the aim he had and he dreamed that. Finally, exam day came. They went to Bangalore to write the exam because maybe that center is not there in his town. So he went to Bangalore and he stayed with his relatives. After completion of the exam, if anyone asked him how you wrote, he will say only okay. Even he will write very well, but he said only okay. But when it comes for the food, it is reverse. If he had badly the food, then he can say okay. Because he don't want to hurt any other person. That much of soft nature he had. Then the result came. IIT result came. And he is the topper in that IIT results. As usual, as a boy, when you got the first rank in your class, immediately with the happiness, you will go to your parent and you will express the happiness. Here, this boy, he went to his father and he expressed that, Anna, I got top rank. As usual, how your father will feel happy. Here the father is very happy. As my child, I know. You are the brightest child that I know. You will get the top rank. Okay, I know. At the time, he was reading the newspaper. And then the boy said, Anna, I want to join in IIT. Here, Anna means maybe in their usual language, they used to call as a father. I want to join in IIT. Then the father stopped to read the newspaper. He kept the newspaper aside and he looked towards his son. He said few of the words. Actually, really, if you are there in that position of that boy, what you are feeling, you can imagine. Here the father said, see my dear child, I have 5 daughters to marry off and 3 sons to educate. I am a salaried person and I am a school teacher. My salary is not high. I can't spend the amount for you to study you to IIT. So, it's impossible. But I can give a suggestion to you that you can study whatever you want to study. You can study in this Mysore itself. Actually, if you are there in that position, I can imagine what the situation. You also can imagine that, I think. But here, the child is different from you. This child is disappointed, really he is disappointed because his all dreams came into ashes. And whichever the dream he had from the childhood onwards, it's impossible to him now. But he came to understand the financial position of the father. He understood what is father and what are the family position. So even after becoming ashes of his dreams, he kept quiet and he never shared his unhappiness with any other. Because he don't want to hurt any other, he don't want to blame any other. That's the nature he had. That's a good nature. And the day came, all his friends whom he gave the coaching for the IIT, all they selected for the IIT. All his friends, they are going to join into IIT in Chennai. Now we are calling Chennai. It is Madras in those days. They are going to catch a train to Madras. All they gathered in the railway station and he also went to say goodbye to them. And there, the sound of that friends, it's look like chirping of birds. A comparison it is. Chirping of birds means the sound, a group of birds, how they will do, like that the sound it came. And he went there, he stood aside because he is not a part of that group. He stood aside. One of the friends he observed that and he said, you have to do it. The sentence it came from the friend that you have to do it. Means you also want to join with us. It's good to us. That he said. But the child didn't know what the position of him. He didn't answer anything. And his friends, the train came, they boarded the train and the train started to move. He waved the hands, his friends waved the hand, and the train it slowly disappeared. But he stood there at the platform. On the platform he stood. It's a monsoon and it's going to rain heavily. Thunders are there. He stood there like a statue. In his mind, lot of thoughts are there. He thought that actually IIT is a superior course. It will give best life to a student. But IIT not only the life. It is your way of thinking and it's you. It's you that you are your life. That the great thought it came to his mind. Actually, it's one of the proverbs there in Bhagavad Gita. In your textbook it is that your best friend is yourself and your worst enemy is yourself. That the proverb from the Bhagavad Gita. Actually, he followed that philosophy. He don't know I am following one of the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, but he followed that. Yourself, or you will think like that your life should be. So he stayed there in Mysore and he completed his total education there itself. And after that, he became as a icon of civil, actually icon of all the people who belongs to middle class. Means middle class people, most of them, they will face the same problem. And he gave one of the way here. And he became the pioneer of Indian software industry and started a software company, that is Infosys. Is none other than Nagavarapu Ramarao Narayana Murthy. Its name, again I am repeating, Nagavara Ramarao Narayana Murthy. That is a founder of Infosys. See, here also we can learn most of the qualities from this Narayana Murthy. Now he is a famous, world famous. If you think that there I didn't get any seat in the IIT, my life completed there, then where this Narayana Murthy's name and where we will read about him? So that's the thought, whichever the thought will come into our mind, it is very important. Should be positive, think positive and stay in the home and stay safe.